Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I just wanted to come on for a few minutes to express some thoughts that I went to sleep with last night and woke up with this morning. I was going to write a post on my Facebook page, but I figured it'd be way too long. So I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes and just express some things. Maybe they'll be helpful. I've been seeing so much negative posts, so many negative posts about the Black Lives Matter movement, about the Black Lives Matter slogan. And I'm going to attempt to do a couple things to encourage those of us who are in the movement and to do my best to explain to some who really may not understand. First, the encouragement. For those of you who are with us in this movement, especially those of you who are Black Americans, could you just imagine how proud our ancestors are? Those who never saw freedom, who only dreamed of a day that we could be free in this country. They must be happy if they can see us. I've seen t-shirts that say that we are their wildest dreams. What a tribute this is to all those living civil rights protesters from the 50s and 60s who were beaten by police. Good morning, my dear cousin Nikki. Good morning. Good to see you. They were beaten by police, beaten by the crowd, had dogs put on them, had water hoses put on them by the fire department. What a tribute this day is that we yet remain in protest, and most of it very peaceful, and that our voice is heard not only in particular places, but in all 50 states of the United States and in several nations around the world. And this is not just about what happened to Mr. George Floyd. What happened to Mr. George Floyd was the stick that broke the camel's back. The Black Lives Matter movement is not new. The slogan may be new, it may be new to some. The movement has been going on forever. It's just that some of you have had the convenience of ignoring it, and some of you have had the convenience of it not bothering your everyday life. You haven't had to have the constant daily pressure of every day in your life wearing this skin and having to fight for acceptance, having to fight for equality, and sometimes having to fight just not to be mistreated and mishandled by those who are sworn to protect and serve. So Black lives do matter. And let me explain to you why it is so offensive when your response is all lives matter. If your house, the house that you live in, catches fire and you call 911 and you look down the street and see that the fire department has stopped three houses down and are spraying water on a house that's not burning, and you say, "Listen, my house on fire. I need you here," and their response to you is, "All houses matter." Wouldn't you be offended? Your house is the house that's on fire. And what is doubly offensive is some of the ones who give the response that all lives matter, you continue to help supply the fuel that keeps my house on fire. And then you tell me that your house, which is not burning, is equally as important to my house, which is on fire. It is offensive, sir, ma'am. If you don't understand, got it. But if you're hearing me now you do understand because I'm explaining it to you. We've never said that white lives don't matter. We've never said that Latino lives don't matter. We've never said that police lives don't matter. We've never said that, and we've never meant that. We're saying Black lives matter too, equally as much as everybody else's life. And the way that we see law, not just law enforcement, but especially law enforcement, treat us, you can't look at that and say that we don't have a right to protest. I know there's some who really don't understand. And my heart goes out to you. And I hope that as you listen to what's going on, that you gain an understanding if you want to understand. But there are some, they don't want to understand. I even see posts now, some of these crazy jokers wishing they could make us slaves again. Let me tell you something, that will never happen. This entire nation will burn before there ever be another black American slave. And you can believe that. So, yeah, Black Lives Matter. And I'm proud to say it. I'm going to keep saying it. Yes, your life matters too. Of course it does. My house is on fire. If you will go to the emergency room because your right arm is broken and the bone is protruding, and the triage nurse was to say to you, well, your left arm matters, would that make any sense? Don't do that. We're very well aware that all lives matter. And this is not even political. I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I neither consider myself liberal nor conservative. I don't paint myself in those boxes. I am wildly and extremely independent. Although I will say it is painfully obvious that there is one of the major parties who don't mind saying Black Lives Matter and don't mind expressing themselves. And there seems to be another party who can't even bring themselves to even say it. Now, why that is, only thing I can say is go examine your heart, examine yourself. I don't know the answer to that. Let me say something else too. We're in the middle of a pandemic, right? Which means worldwide epidemic, right? And it has been politicized about wearing masks. I can't understand it. Our leading epidemiologists are saying for us to help protect each other, for us to halt and seriously slow down the spread of this virus, the least we can do is when we go out in public and when we're with among other people to wear a mask. People have made a political statement out of that. People have politicized testing. Can you really be that caught up in politics that you can't see how odd that seems? It's really odd. No, we ought not slow down testing. We ought to test everybody. And we got to do contact tracing so you can understand how this thing moves. We still do not have uh, suitable treatment that has been proven that will work for everybody. And we still don't have a vaccine for it. And I know people feel differently about that. I get it. But let's have common decency and let's have common sense. And I don't care what party you belong to. I don't care whether you're liberal or Democrat. I don't care. Let's take care of each other. And I'm gonna tell you something that especially burns me. I am a Christian. For those who roll out of their bed every morning and pray to the same God I do, to those who name themselves with Christ, how you look at all this and not see that there's a group of people who historically and systemically have been mistreated, who were considered three-fifths of a person, who live in a country whose institutions and foundations were built on racism, generations and generations and generations, and you say nothing. But let me correct that. You're saying a whole lot. You're saying it in your little circle. And if you belong to a church where your pastor has said nothing concerning this, I would ask questions. At least have the common decency to listen. When you hear a baby crying, don't you go investigate? There's a house on fire in your neighborhood. Don't you realize that what happens to us happens to you? We're part of this nation. This is our nation also. Where is the love of Christ in you? We've been unfairly treated. And yes, there have been great strides made. We affirm that. We thank God for that. But there's still yet so far to go. Thank God for all of my Caucasian brothers and sisters, my Latino brothers and sisters, my Muslim brothers and sisters, my Asian brothers and sisters who have took up their protest signs and their time and have hit the street with us, and not only have hit the street with us, but are working with us behind the scenes to talk to law enforcement agencies, to talk to politicians, to talk to policymakers, to make real change. Thank God for you. And I hope this doesn't sound like I'm whipping you, because I'm not. You're part of the solution. But we're going to have to deal with those who are still part of the problem. I'm praying for everybody because this situation needs God. Like I said, good morning, my cousin Damien. I see you here, sir. Thank you. I normally have notes when I come on, but lately I can't even write them. I'm just so full. I thank you for those of you who have tuned in, for those who will look at it a little bit later. It'll be posted onto uh, my personal Facebook page, and it'll also be on my YouTube channel, Carl's Conversations. I still got to go do some maintenance on that YouTube channel. Thank you for listening. I hope this has helped somebody. I hope that there'll be some understanding. And listen, for those of you who see this and you disagree or you have questions, I'm so serious, hit me up. I'm willing to talk. There does need to be dialogue. There does need to be dialogue. Thank you so much. You have a great day. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I hope all of you have a great day. I hope they have a fruitful day. Make some progress today. Try to understand something today. And the next time I come on, I'm going to talk about those Confederate monuments. That's a whole conversation, and we're going to have it. All right. God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Have a great day.